What's good, my listeners? You're tuning in to Mindstone Radio with your voice of logic and reason, Conscience Prep, coming at you today, man. This beautiful day, California, with a topic about, basically I want to talk about the N-word, N-I-G-G-A, and just, I want to take it there, and I want to try to convince people to have a different outlook on that word and just the influence to the younger generations, man. Kind of stop the cycle, stop this pattern that's been consistent. And a lot of things can change. Each one teach one, but it's up to everybody that's around. So I'm about to basically talk to people, man, about trying to refrain from using the N-word. I understand it's hard because people are influenced and manipulated by mass media, music, your latest hip-hop artists, your latest rap artists that people listen to. They throw the N-bomb out there all day, so you got a lot of people reciting the lyrics, and it brings and it's there. It's implanted in their head. That's why people, when they make this music in these corporations, that's why they always slide something in the music, a line, make it sound good, but I'll put it on a good-ass song, and as soon as you hear it, it says a line that will conflict you spiritually as a person. It'll touch on you. Like if you was good in faith, that line kind of just, he's conflicted. Got him. He don't even know. We just made him say something that he shouldn't have repeated. And now he's consistent with it, loving the sound of it because it sounds good. I see a lot of people, man, when it comes to children, man, a lot of men, they have sons, a lot of young men have sons, these guys be 16, 15, all the way to, 28, and 23, and 24 and all that. And, they have kids, they have sons, and they be proud fathers, man, they be happy, but a lot of them, you can tell they got a lot to learning, and they're not really getting that guidance. Like I said in an earlier segment, they're not really people are not really talking to the younger generations. They're not guiding them. They're not giving them knowledge and wisdom that will place them on a good path in life, Let them learn something, give them something to learn. Don't let the cycle be repetitive. And what I mean by repetitive, the cycle is like, I'm 37, when I was like 14, 16, I seen a lot of OGs and a lot of G's in the area of, where I was at, my community and whatnot. And, the way they were affiliated, you wanted to partake in that. You listen to people. Things sound good. It makes you feel like, okay, that's an image I want to portray. That's an image I want to be a part of. Don't matter how any rapper, any person that is a known affiliated member or whatever, the story is going to come down to the same thing. Everybody's seen somebody else that they look at as a leader, a father figure, a mentor, and they chose to follow that lead and try to pick up on it so that they can mimic, get the same attention, get the same feedback. Well, he thugging, no shirt on, tattoos, all the girls are around him. He look like the man, jewelry and gold chains. I want to be like that, But like right now, I feel like, it's a bracket, like my bracket, for example, the guys that are 37, they know. I feel like a lot of them, we all should reach out to the younger generations, the younger homeboys, the younger people in the community, and get at them and be like, hey, man, let's try to change things up, man, so that, your kid can see a perfect example, but not like on some, you have to be the imperial criminal, the imperial gangster, like cut the image. Like it's almost basically like cut the crap. You don't have to do that. Relax, be a daddy. You want to patrol your territory? Come on, man. People patrolling territories and the way it's supposed to go as far as rules and ethics of street lifestyle when it comes to gang affiliation, these rules are all broken. No one's doing anything how things are supposed to be done, so, it's like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's patrolling nothing. Nobody's going through. Nobody's coming back. Nobody's going right. And when I mean right, I mean performance. They're not performing right. Numbers are wrong. It's like, no, just let it go. Only reason people hear a lot about a lot of things that happen in certain cities, as far as someone kept getting killed, it was random, whatever. It may have been something, but the point of it is not to say that that individual was obsolete or how it happened. My point is that, come on, man, this is not an everyday thing. People not out here doing what they say they're doing, but they're still giving younger people the impression that they are that person. I've talked to numerous people on more than one occasion that were younger that didn't know certain things about older people. I didn't know that. No, don't nobody tell you anything. I tell them all the time, man. If anybody, you want to know anything, ask me. I'm going to give you the real and every individual need it. I'm not going to have you running around here listening to somebody that has a bad reputation, that's basically a bad mentor, bad person to be, you know, guided by. Like, you don't need to be misguided by a person that, doesn't have nothing up under him, nothing to show for, or, just bad, period. It just, no. You got better options in life. You got better leaders. You got better mentors. And they ain't even in this street shit. You know, brothers out there need to really figure it out. There's a lot of things that are obvious that's going on in the communities, and it's like this thing. It's a cycle. It's the same repetitive thing. I was doing research on education and research on the employment. Statistics. Projections. Trying to see where the black people stood and like, is it the same? Like, are we still at the bottom? Like 18%, while everybody else is like 190 and all this, and the Hispanics got a majority, whites got the majority, Asians at the top, the Hawaiians and the others and the Islanders, they at the bottom, whatever with us, or no, they're above. We're at the bottom. It never fails. So I wanted to research that, but I'll bring that in on another segment. What I'm bringing in now is the fact that I'm trying to understand why males, my brothers, the older males, why ain't nobody just saying, look, man, you know what I'm saying? Let's lace each other, man. Let's tell them what we know that's gonna be beneficial. If you know it, man, tell them. If you need to know it, find out. Ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't hesitate to try to get wisdom and knowledge from somebody that only wants to see the best in your future. And we got a lot of people that claim that they want that for their generation, for the black community, for all communities for that matter. I see a lot of people that don't really talk to their young ones and tell them real positive stuff. Like positive stuff. Not that homeboy, let me sound tough, let me say, nah, my nigga, you gonna be straight. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm talking about real positive stuff. Like, say something, you feel like what they say, oh, man, say it like a white person. Oh, that's crazy. Man, why would it have to be in that context? Nah, you telling your folks something positive. Look, man, I think you should just look. You still young. You like 24, man. Go check into one of the community colleges out here. Don't go to the local ones, you know what I mean? Go to like Santa Monica, West LA, you know what I'm saying? LACC, and sign up, man. Financial aid, EOPS. Get hooked in, for the upcoming semester. And by the time everything is done, man, you'll be in. Take you a couple good classes. Find out where your other gifts are at. When I say gifts, I'm talking about the thing that is that you can do very well, like amazing, with the least amount of effort. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things. You got people that can play pianos or play saxophones, you wouldn't even know it. Or just good drawing, or can paint. So, that's your gift. Oh, I'm an artist. Oh, that's your gift. Oh, I'm lyrical. I can rap. Okay, that's your gift. I can swim, deep diver, I free stroke, 100 meter, whatever. I'm just saying, like, acknowledge your gift or find out what it is. Check into college, be open-minded. Get the classes that are necessary, in your educational plan, but also, like, open your mind. Get what you need and, take it easy and flow through. Go to school, my brother. Your kids gonna be straight, everybody gonna be all right. And, in time, you have people that say things like, oh, why do people tell people to go to school? We don't need education. Okay, look, man, only thing about it, you can research things online for sure. But just the environment, man, it's that element. Being in school, being educated, being around a like group that has ambition, persistence, and they're adamant, they're goal orientated. Y'all can learn from each other and network with each other. And it's a whole different crowd. It's all types of cultures. You can meet you a different type of person. You can be black and be out the community, got your little tattoo or whatever, and you can hang out with the Asian boy. You can hang out with the white boy. Because y'all all in the class together. Now y'all got a group together. Now y'all putting a project together. You know what I mean? Like, people don't consider these things and make these things happen. And make these things happen. You know, going to school is beautiful. I returned to school because back in 2004, when I was like 22, 23, actually it was 22 because I got incarcerated around that time, and I turned 23 in the system, so I was actually 21, and I checked into Santa Monica Community College, you know, and I wasn't ready at that time. I wasn't serious, man. I was affiliated. I'm going to school with, cannons, and I'm in the bathroom fighting people, gang member, doing stuff that was like, bro, you got a backpack with all your books in it. You worried about where this dude is from? They ain't said nothing to you. Why you saying anything to anybody? But it was just me and that vibe and that element of what I was learned and what I was into when I was growing up. I was into that lifestyle for so long, and so consumed with playing territory or just being active in it. School wasn't my focus at that time. It wasn't necessary, you know. But I always wanted to go to school. I always wanted to be a learner. I've always wanted to work. I was always versatile, articulate, always wanted to be educated, academically inclined, you know. Like I just always wanted to just go up the ladder, advance myself mentally, learn things, read certain books that people don't learn, you know, go out of mind on your topics, go out of mind on your topics. You go from you know, uh, astrology to sociology to biology, to urban culture, our cultures, our language. I took Spanish before, got an A in the class too, but I haven't spoken to anybody fluently like that, so my Spanish is a little rusty. But I'm good. I'm Gucci. Nah, I'm not Gucci. Gucci's bad. Nah, wow. You see that? That's how the media gets you. They put stuff in your face, slam it on you, and the whole time they in the backfield is like, look how we got these black dudes. And that's what I'm saying. The music and the media, they throw things on people that people don't know are messages to be imprinted in their mind. We got you. And now is a prime example. Don't worry, I'm out the matrix. I'm not in the matrix. I'm woke. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? I'm conscious. It's all outdoor. My spiritual eyes is open. I see everything. I know what's going on that everybody don't know. People be scared to talk about stuff, or when you talk about it, people be looking like, you believe that, bro? Yeah, I believe that, bro. I mean, shame on you if you don't. I tell you, bro, if they hit you with that contract and they tell you they got 25 million for you, but you got to sign on the dotted line on this contract that you didn't want to look at in detail because you want that 25 million, go ahead and be like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Go ahead and be like Bobby Shmurda. Go ahead and be like a lot of these people getting wrapped up in the industry. They tell you, man, don't be no fool. That's why a lot of pioneers of rap don't even come around with it no more, man. They do what they do on the sideline, man, and keep it independent, and we ain't tripping. I don't want to be on the internet like that. I don't want to be, the music popping in the Grammys and the awards, and no, I'm straight. I'll just be a local at the lounge, do the, what is it called? When you get a slot, but basically just perform at your local clubs. Like, I'm looking out for the community. I'm hanging out with my local rappers, people trying to go up the ladder. And you know what level you gonna stop at? That's me. And I'm not gonna be the fool. I'm not gonna be gullible. They're not gonna have Satan make me sign a contract or somebody convince me to sign a contract like it's all good. I believe in the Most High. I grew up on God. I grew up on the Creator. I grew up on God. Like, literally. That's all I know. So I know I've been living my life trying to be right, all that. I grew up on God. So, I believe in the Most High, Higher, Shara, Higher. I am that I am in Hebrew. Name he told Moses. The fire when he's the flaming bush. All that, Yeah, straight up. But, my overall issue, man, is back to the topic at hand was I want people of my generation and younger, I want everybody to each one teach one and speak to the generations going down. Tell them things positive. Tell them things constructive. You know what I'm saying? Try to get people into not using profanity. Try to get people to get the N word out their mind. Get the N word out there. Value yourselves. Call each other brothers.
Brothers, my brother, my brothers, my Hebrew Israelites, my brothers, my Israelites, straight up. My daughters is Zion, my sisters, my Hebrew Israelites, straight up. You black, that's what you is. 12 tribes of Judah, they already know it's real. But people act like they can't say these things. You gotta, it's a big conscience group that says these things and got a big level of respect and notoriety. And there's people that look at them like they crazy, especially if they like, if their religion is different from somebody else's religion. You know, like, man, who's telling the truth? Who is it? Conscience? Is it God? Is it Allah? Is it Ahia? Is it Yahweh? Is it Yeshua? Is it Yeshua? You know what I'm saying? Is it Jesus? So, you know, people are out there confused. But it's people that really understand and know what it is. They know what's real. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that know what's real, you know, keep it 100. You know, talk to your people. Get everybody to understand. Answer questions. If they don't know what's going on, answer questions and get them to understand. Like, get them to understand. You know what I mean? Get them to understand. You know, that's the only thing that happens when it comes to people. They don't have understanding, and they don't ask these questions, and they don't know. They don't know what to think when it comes to most religions. They don't know a source. A lot of them don't research. A lot of people went to church. They look to other people for understanding. Like, man, they really trying to find it out. It's just like people growing up going to church, and you know, the whole time it was like, okay, my family been bringing me to this church, Christian, okay, black pastor, we good. I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time they didn't know what was going on in detail. Like, let me really look into it and read the book. It's cool. I'm not saying Christianity is bad, but now that I'm older, let me just research. You know, your knowledge is not your knowledge. Your knowledge is not your truth if you didn't research it yourself. That's somebody else's truth. If you living off, oh yeah, they said this is Jesus' name and this is that and etc., then you know you're living off somebody else's truth. Not to say it's not true, but did you look into it? Did you research it? Did you see if everything was chronologized? Did you look into it? You know what I mean? Man, back to the topic at hand. We gotta refrain from using this N word. You know, we need to respect ourselves. We need to respect our culture. We need to give this younger generations. I see people's kids, man, and you know, I'm not to say nobody's a bad parent, but you know, I see people's kids, and you know, I see braids. You know, I see like just certain looks. You know, that like, you know, kind of like, is it, you know, is you leaning them toward like, you know, he gonna be rah rah when he in school, or you gonna, you know, have him on some, you know, cool, you know, be in his books, make sure he getting it in, you know, like really educating himself as a little kid. Like, is this path going right? Because I don't, you know, I don't want to see, you know, like your little kid looking like little Snoopy. You know what I'm saying? But teach his own. Teach his own, man. Like I said, I ain't talking about nobody parenting. But my thing is, you know, what type of image are you going to put for your kid? You know, what type of image and future do you want for your kid? You know, is you going to really give your kid, like, the right, you know, his choice, let him get his choice, or is you gonna teach them, you know, positive things, give them things. Don't when you teach them to speak, and when they watch you speak, don't let them see you using profanity. You know, don't let them see you using the N word all the time. Kill the N word out the system. Like, that stuff can fade. It can fade out the system real easy if you wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be long gone and forgotten. You know what I'm saying? As long as people allow it to constantly be in music, constantly feel like it has to be in music, constantly feel like we have to give derogatory music, be disrespectful, use certain terms, you know, be ratchet, be thoughts, be whatever it is that you feel is convenient for your image, but the whole time that's not you as an individual. You're just allowing the corporations to tell you, hey, this is what we're going to continue to do. Y'all going to continue to like it. We're going to continue to manipulate your mind, and that's what it is. We're going to continue to be, you know, capitalize off of it. So it's capitalism, man. It's all the same thing. And it's all for the sake of keeping your minds messed up, keeping you in the gutter. It's not making you a professional. It's not putting you in a business mind state. It's not making you a leader. Everybody's pretty much puppets when it comes to following what's going on. I don't even listen to a lot of this music. I don't listen to none of it. I don't be on my phone. I don't be none of that. You know what I'm saying? I be sitting there trying to figure out what's the next move as far as, you know, telling the young brothers what's going on, telling the young sisters what's going on. You know, making sure my future is straight, making sure my daughter's future is straight, making sure my family's future is straight.
But it's a different angle. It's a different angle. Like people, like it's different. Like they not concerned about certain things. And I'll get into that in another segment. But fact of the matter is, we need to not let the media make us continue to say certain things or speak in a way that is not of our people. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? Your kid don't just don't just come out the queen. You know what I'm saying? And using profanity, or if they black, just start jumping to using the N word. You 4 years old. You know what the N word is. You 5, 6 years old. You heard this too many times. Oh, I hear that all the time. So when they go to school, what they doing? They in their group, they with their kids, they with their friends. They done slid out a couple F-bombs, a couple bad words, and they done slid out the N-word. Boy, little girl, black community, I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that with any community or any culture. You know, to be honest, but to each his own. Somebody's going to do what they want to do with their kids. But when I'm saying with my young culture, my young kings, my young brothers, my young queens, growing up, the future doctors, the future officers, the future judges, you know what I'm saying, the future sheriff, the future firemen, the future astronauts, all the real things, all the real opportunities when they go hard because they were taught right to follow that path. The future business owners, the future entrepreneurs, all these little kids, they need to be learn to be professional. Teach them how to be professional. Teach them manners. Don't convince them to feel like getting tattoos is what they gonna do as soon as they turn 16, 17, 18. My daddy got tattoos on the face, so I'm gonna do it too. Come on. Why would you want your son to do that? Because you chose a direction that really wasn't the future. That like is positive morals. Like that's a good future. Like come on. Like where do you plan to go with that? People like they limit the lives of people. They limit the progression. Like it's no progression, you know. And I don't like that when it comes to the black community. I want them to stop using the N word. I'm gonna stop using the N word. I probably got a couple segments, and I'm gonna say this just so everyone knows that I have a couple segments. I use the N word, so I really had thought about it. Somebody had brought it to my attention, and you know what? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. It's not a matter of being at home by myself and saying the N word amongst myself. No, I'm saying like I'm really trying to conduct myself, condition myself, in completely respecting the content that I speak out, with my black community, or just better yet, I'm just saying it in layman's terms. I'm not trying to talk like that no more. Respect our culture, support everything black. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be on that. Ain't no radical, because I had made a post and I was like, people probably looking at me like, dang, so he's a radical now? What's he on? Pro black brother, conscious? Look, bro, I'm conscious, I'm woke, bro. I learn, I research, bro, I pay attention. As you get older, you learn to value yourself. You learn to value yourself, your family, your well-being, and everybody that's around you. That's good people that understand. For the ones that not around you, they don't understand, you wake them up and you talk to them. Everyone's not going to be receptive. Everybody's not going to be ready to wake up out the matrix. Everybody can't get it. But there's a couple people out there, but I really want them to really get in deep and understand it. We got to better ourselves, brother. We got to be better examples. That's all I'm saying. Stop using the N word. Don't even let your son know about that word. Don't even let him, what they talking about in the movie, with the slave movie, what that mean? No, man, don't. There's nothing. That's old. We don't even have to worry about that, son. We moving on. You know what I'm saying? That was in the past. That was something that people went through years ago. But you don't have to worry about that. What's going on now? Don't even worry about that. Somebody crosses you, you have the right to defend yourself. Somebody disrespects you, don't even worry about it, bro. Let these people talk. Don't let them cross. They not gonna cross no line. People can entice you and chastise you, verbally, but nah, that stuff don't mean nothing. Don't be offended by no words and none of that people try to say. You know yourself. You know you're a king. You know you're a queen. Value yourself. Can't nobody get to you. I couldn't imagine being somewhere and randomly somebody wants to be irate that day and all of a sudden throw the N-bomb because I popped up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yep, no doubt. I hear you. You take care. All praises be to the Most High. God bless you, though. Just don't touch me. That's good. That's just don't touch me. You touch me, you have all right to put you, to restrain you and put you in your place. It's all good. Well, somebody would have to restrain you for me because I can't do any restraining based on the fact that I'm incapable of doing anything. But, man, I just want people to know, man, you know, and I think about it all the time. You know, like talking a certain way, man, it just don't even, it don't sound cool. It's not professional. It's not respectful. Like it don't even sound right. It just sound like poison. You know, like it just sound like poison. It's not a good energy. Not around kids, and kids shouldn't learn to speak like that. And we should want to teach the younger generations to grow up. So when they see younger kids, they teaching younger kids the same professional, articulate way of speaking that we've learned. Different languages, you know, teaching them just good grammar, good format, you know, good punctuation, good penmanship. You know, I used to love to write, you know. I can type my ass off, but I used to love to write just because I love how my handwriting look. You know, half these kids don't even know how to write right now. They don't got good penmanship. I mean, I see a lot of them do in college when I'm on campus, you know, when I'm at school and I'm in class, but a couple of them don't, you know. And, you know, sometimes, hey, it is what it is. But, you know, I find that kind of like crazy. Like, why you can't write? You in your 20s, you in your 30s, you almost 40. Why you can't write? Why is your handwriting not legible? You know, why you still misspelling words, you know? So I can understand why a lot of people are kind of conflicted or inexperienced in certain ways. You know, it's because they've also had somebody, like people my age, they had people older than them that did not tell them nothing. You know, older G's, big brothers, uncles, fathers weren't there. So it's a lot, you know. Don't just apply to one area. You know, these big brothers, big cousins, fathers. You know, a lot of people may have been missing. But whatever the case may have been, it's the fact that people were not saying anything. They were not teaching people. They were not teaching them positive things. It's like for some odd reason, since I came around the community and I hit a certain age as a little kid like 11, 10, 12, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Some reason I just start seeing a lot of violence in life. You know what I'm saying? Violence in a certain lifestyle, a certain culture, gang culture, the way people dress, the way people talk. You know, West Coast dialect. You know, like that's how we speak out here. We have a West Coast West Side language, Los Angeles. You know, and it's just crazy. You're conditioned into it. And yes, a lot of people have not been there. It's a lot of people that are squares, you know, not affiliated, you know, didn't let the community change them, but they're still they still have that LA content, that West Coast content, you know, as an individual. It's gonna always show. You know, but that's crazy, man. Like, you know, you see that growing up and you kind of go into it, especially if you're really living over there, especially if you're walking outside playing with all the other black kids in your community. That's how most of the communities have, you know, gangs and people that are affiliated. That's why so many groups that really know each other growing up. And they kids know they kids and cousins and same thing, and a couple other people that stayed around the communities and, you know, grew up with each other. That's why a lot of people know each other the way they do. But even still, didn't nobody tell nobody nothing. A lot of people have to learn things on their own. I grew up had to learn things on my own. You know, my dad was there for a couple years, man. He didn't disappear, but he went to Las Vegas, man, after 2000, right around the time before I got out to juvenile hall for my first gun case. When I was 17, you know, 16, 17, got out. 18, he was already gone. In Vegas, you know, something happened. And you know, he was out there. It's been some years, but I got to meet up with my pops before he passed away. But my pops always taught me to dress a certain way. Pops wasn't with that sagging. Pops was real like Marvin Gaye type. You know, he was smooth, old school. You know, Cadillac, shirt button up. You know, with the buttons with the chest showing, and you know, with the fro. You know, Pops was old school, man. You know, men's society. Like just a cool. He was a businessman, or he was a salesman. He had a mouthpiece. He was strictly, you know, Pops was a good guy, man. But, you know, famous Amos. A lot of people know who that is. But fact of the matter is, Pops, you know, made sure that I knew certain things. Pops pushed that newspaper in my face. Man, you better read this or I'm going to whoop your butt when I get home if you can't tell me what the current events was. You can't summarize this whole page. He'll slap the paper right in front of me. He'll say, read that. You better tell me what's going on. I don't know. I forgot what was going on. He probably got tired of me playing around too much. But I know he wanted me to read that newspaper. And I've always been like a great reader. Like I'm English classes, like I'm into reading and writing. And I do very well. Creative writing. I just have a mindset. Like I got a lot of wordplay. My mind is full, so something about that has to do with my pops, man. I thank him for that. Thank him for teaching me how to be a man as far as, shaving and tying a tie. And, a lot of these young black men can't even tie a tie. None of these generations under me cannot tie a tie. One day I couldn't get my tie tied in time for a presentation at class. So I had to get to school. My wife couldn't do it, so, it's cool. I told her I'll show you later. Don't worry about it. We just didn't have enough time. So I was like, I'm going to have somebody on campus do it. When I get to the campus, I got somebody to do it outside of the classroom, but when I asked the people in the class, didn't nobody say they knew how to tie a tie. I was like, wow, like what happened? Your mom did it, put it around your neck and told you to pull when you get to the class? A lot of these young generations, these dudes, tattoos and all that, they probably feel like they're never going to wear a suit. All right, no doubt. So there's no point in being articulate. There's no point in learning, taking the N-word out of my grammar. Speaking like a caveman. People try to hold on to that lifestyle like, this and that till I die. And it's like, come on, man, let that go. You know what I'm saying? You forgot, they forgot you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't popping like you think it is. Ain't nobody gonna benefit you. You're gonna be looking like one of the other real ones in the system for 20 or 15 to 20 plus years. Got all day, got life. Don't put your son or don't put somebody else's son in that position. Y'all better talk to these kids. You better let them know what's going on, man. Stop misleading the culture. Stop misleading the young generations. Like, come on, my brothers. I'm talking to all y'all. I'm dead serious. I'm talking to all y'all. I'm talking to all the young affiliators all in LA, all the people from Chicago to New York, wherever, man. Up north, Texas, wherever, man. Talk to these young generations. It don't matter what you doing, somebody's looking up to you. If you feel like you doing your thing, man, you better talk to these young generations, man, but teach them something different, man. I ain't telling you, I'm not saying, message, hey, dope dealer, you out there getting your bread, man, tell that dude how to get bread like you. Nah, man, I'm telling you, man, stop poisoning these dudes' lives. Stop misdirecting them. Stop being a negative influence. Stop being a devil. Stop being a devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? Stop being an evil spirit. Don't mess up nobody else's future. You know what I'm saying? And your future wasn't even all that. Or your future ain't even all that. Like you ain't popping and they looking up to you and you're not even popping. And that what goes on with a lot of people. Or when they find out something under you and it's like, wow, yeah, bro, you've been listening to that guy. He was this the whole time. You know? Man, I feel like it's so fake out there, man. Everybody needs to just be regular, dress regular, be regular people, man, and, look out for each other, man. And tell everybody something positive. Support each other. But there's so much people that's dealing with pride and rather, be enemies, man. And that's not cool. That's not a good example for our generation. That's not a good look at all. You know, we need to look like we love each other. We need to look like we're able to unify. You know what I'm saying? And multiply. Be fruitful. You know, more daughters of Zion. More brothers of Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And waking up and knowing like, yeah, we know what's up. Teach my son, teach my daughter. Teach your son, teach your daughter. I'm going to teach everybody kids. You ain't doing it, I'm going to teach everybody kids. I'm going to teach you. You know what I'm saying? These videos going to come up for sure. I just wanted to get out the community, man, and let you know, let my brothers know, man, be good fathers, man. Be good fathers, be good brothers, be good cousins, be good big homies. But tell these people something different, though. You ain't got to tell them that rah-rah. You don't got to tell them that caveman crap. You ain't got to tell them how you get cracking or how you got cracking or lie about you getting cracking. Kill all that, man. Tell them about going to school. Tell them about speaking. Tell them about being versatile. Tell them about speaking articulate, being professional, being a casual individual, so the police don't keep bumping them up. That's why that's why the police bump us up so much. Because y'all not saying nothing. The police bump us up so much, it's ridiculous. And they bump y'all up because y'all look like gang members. Y'all out there hanging out there, sagged out, clothes banged out. Oh, this is what it is. Oh, come on, bro, don't do that. You're going to keep going to jail. You're going to keep being a target. You're going to keep being a target by everybody. You're going to be a target by other knuckleheads that's looking to get anybody without asking no questions. You look like one, though, so just knock him down. Then you got the police that's like, yeah, buff them up. We might get a pistol. We might get some drugs. Like, come on, man. Use your brain, man. Hey, tell that dude, man, put that up. Be smart, man. Go to school. Educate yourself. Value life. Value life. Acknowledge that there's a Most High, man. We out here, for a reason. We all got a purpose, man. You got to understand what your purpose is. Straight up. Yeah, so, this is conscious prep, man. Like I said, small summary outcome of this. I want my blacks, I want my brothers, my young brothers, every community, man. All cultures, all races. I want you to, talk to everybody that's under you. Don't hesitate to advocate. Don't hesitate to be a mentor. Don't hesitate to be a positive influencer. Don't look for nothing out of it. Like, just do it. Yeah, if you going to work, man, talk to the younger person at your job. Say something positive, man. Guide them. Let them know that you the type of person that want to make sure, hey, I'm there if you need help. I'm there if you need somebody to talk to. You need to understand. You need to ask questions. Ask me, I got you. I'm going to make sure you're straight. I'm never going to tell you nothing wrong. And it's a lot of people that know that's about me. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. I'm going to make sure you're straight. I'm not going to send you out there like no fool. And I'm not going to have you jeopardizing your future because you think I'm somebody you have to prove it to. Or he's somebody you got to prove it to. You don't have to prove nothing to none of these people. You prove to yourself that you're a good father. You prove to yourself that you can solidify a foundation for your future, you and your wife and your kids. Prove to yourself that you can provide security, that you business orientated, that you can accomplish the goals that you really wish to accomplish. Don't let these people throw you off, man, and make you feel like you gotta live to somebody's expectations in life. You have to do this. You have to show up. You have to do this, or this is gonna happen. Nah, man, go ahead and focus on you, man. Focus on your family and make sure your family all right. Teach your son all positive. Don't speak like that around your kid. And you stop speaking like that yourself. It is what it is, man. I'm training myself, conditioning myself, and I'm for sure able to do it because I'm not in that environment. I go to school 2 times a week, 3 classes on both days, and just like, people I talk to, it's on a conscious level. It's a spiritual level. We don't have to talk that way. People that I listen to, people that I would want to ask questions, they speak, they have intellect. They intelligent, they versatile, they read, they research. They got facts, they got statistics, they got data, evidence. Like we going, we looking. We not just sitting here just telling y'all nothing. We not just selling y'all no dream. We trying to wake up the community, man, so the blacks don't look like fools no more. So they stop taking our brothers and sisters away from us. From here to Africa. Like, man, like people act like that's crazy. Like, oh, you count them in? Yeah. Count everybody black in. Straight up. We all know what's going on. Mindstone Radio. With your voice of logic and reason. Conscious prep. And I'm tuning out. Y'all take care. I'll hit you up in another segment.